Alcohol. It's everywhere, and almost everyone drinks it. It's a major part of the average person's life. But what if that glass of wine or that beer at the end of the night is actually causing your acne? This is the only video you'll ever need to see if you drink alcohol and you have acne. By the end of this, you'll know whether alcohol causes acne, if there are better or worse types of alcohol, and what to do if you get an alcohol breakout. Okay, so let's get straight into it. You probably guessed from that intro, but here's the answer. Does alcohol cause acne? Yes, it does. Let me explain why, but also I'm gonna tell you exactly how to minimize those breakouts. In a study called Dietary Intervention in Acne from 2012, they demonstrated that there's a protein in our body called mTORC1 that when raised, causes us to produce more oil and also have more acne. In this study, they identified a bunch of different foods that raise mTORC1, but they also found that alcohol consumption raised it as well. So we now know that alcohol directly causes acne through that function, but alcohol also causes acne a lot of other ways. For example, alcohol is a powerful diuretic, which causes you to become dehydrated, and we know that when we're dehydrated, our body sends a signal to the glands on our face to produce more oil. So if you're susceptible to acne, that means more breakouts. So having a plan to stay more hydrated while drinking is going to already help massively. Another big indirect cause of acne from drinking alcohol is the high sugar that we intake from drinking mixed drinks. So a lot of people will order alcohol with a soda or an energy drink or some like syrups or something like that as mixed drinks. And if you're having anywhere from say 2 to 6 mixed drinks in a night, that could be anywhere from 50 to 150 grams of pure sugar. If you've ever broken out from having something with a lot of sugar, you know exactly what I mean. The same thing can happen here. So the solution, pretty obviously, is to get drinks that don't have added sugar. Similarly, a lot of times when we're drinking, we'll get really hungry by the end of the night and then we'll eat anything. And when it's late at night, there's only one thing open, so that usually means fast food, right? And when we eat food that has a ton of fat and tons of preservatives in it, we can definitely cause new breakouts. A really easy way around this is to prepare a meal ahead of time, way before you get to drinking, that you can put in your fridge and then you just pull out and microwave really quickly right when you get home. And a huge reason alcohol can cause acne, which is probably the most obvious but also the most overlooked one. When you drink, you get lazier about all your good habits, all your routines, including your skincare routine. How many times have you been doing this? You've been out partying, you've been out all night, having the best time of your life. You get home, you're so tired, and you just immediately fall right onto your bed or your couch, you fall asleep, right? You don't do any of your skincare routine, you don't do any of the stuff you're doing on a daily basis. It's harder to remove your makeup properly. Apply your 3 to 6 step skincare routine that takes 10 minutes. Remove your dirty clothes, clean your sheets, pillows, etc. When it's the end of the night, you're tired and you've been drinking. And finally, alcohol causes inflammation. And as we know, acne is an inflammatory disease. So when we drink, it can actually make our acne worse. One thing that we can do to counter this is to eat a diet that is the least inflammatory. So this is eating low glycemic index foods. So these are foods that don't turn to blood sugar fast. So we're talking whole foods that we cook ourselves with plenty of vegetables, plenty of fiber. Those kind of things are going to keep your gut happy and keep you from being as inflamed in general. Okay, so I think we've covered the reasons why alcohol causes more acne, but is there one type of alcohol that's better for acne than others? So that's exactly what we're about to get into. But if you're dealing with acne right now and you want to finally figure it out, you should definitely check out my acne program, theacnemethod.com. It's an extremely simple way to figure out the exact causes of your acne because everyone is different, and the program helps you come up with the plans that you can stop it at the source. Tons of people have already seen success. Check out the success stories and testimonials on the website. All right, now let's get back into it. So there's actually some really interesting information about what type of alcohol is the worst for acne, and it's on Healthline, so I'm going to quote it here. One survey reported by the National Rosacea Society found that certain types of alcohol appear to trigger rosacea more than others. About 76% of respondents reported that red wine made their symptoms worse. When I first read this, it clicked, right? Because I have definitely experienced this exact thing. A lot of people don't know that I do deal with some rosacea. It is very, very rare that I have a flare-up, but I get it all over my chest, my upper chest, and my shoulders, and I've definitely experienced that flare-up of my rosacea when drinking wine. So this definitely makes sense to me. Next on the list is colored liquors. So these, brown liquors like whiskey. Healthline explains that clear liquors have less of something called congeners. It's a chemical produced during fermentation, and congeners cause more hangover symptoms, likely due to their dehydrating factor. So clear liquors dehydrate you less, dark liquors dehydrate you more. Probably going to be better for your acne to have clear versus dark. And moving on to beer. Probably one of the most common alcohols consumed, and a lot of times on a daily basis. Beer contains a congener called furfural. It's a yeast inhibitor added during the fermentation process that also causes a lot of dehydration, but also causes inflammation. Now, right up there with beer, wine. A lot of people drink this on a daily basis. So what's the deal with wine? Well, white wine lacks tannins, which are very dehydrating. Tannins are found in things like green tea. If you ever had like a strong green tea that has a little bit of a bitter taste, that is what tannins are doing in red wine. So white wine is probably better for acne because it's gonna dehydrate you less. Okay, so now we know a little bit more about what type of alcohol causes more or less acne, but what do we do if we still want to drink but have as little acne as possible? Okay, if you're gonna pay attention to any part of the video, pay attention to this because this is gonna help you so much, and it's really simple. Keep a diary. While there is plenty of scientific data about what affects everyone when it comes to acne, there's also a huge variance of things that affect each person. Think of food allergies. Not everyone has the same allergy, but if you are allergic to something, you best figure that out and avoid that thing, or you're gonna continue having problems and being in pain. It just makes sense, right? Why don't we apply this logic to acne? You wanna pay the same attention with things that cause your breakouts. In your diary, track all sorts of different things, like what type of alcohol causes you the biggest breakouts the next day? What types of food cause you acne? So you can avoid the ones that do cause breakouts on the same day that you're going to consume alcohol. Do you break out more after having a certain amount of alcohol? Or how about how many times a month do you drink? Are you having more or less breakouts if you lower it? Are there any non-negotiable habits that keep you from breaking out? Like, for example, just doing a modified fast skincare routine, like just your cleanser and your moisturizer at the end of the night when you've been drinking. If that helps a lot, then make it a non-negotiable. You've now tracked it in your diary, and track all of the things and figure out your personal makeup. This brings tons of clarity, and it puts the control back in your hands, which is a really powerful thing because acne really feels like it's out of our control, but it doesn't have to be. So if you're looking for my favorite skincare brand that helps to improve mild to moderate acne as well as quickly heal up acne scarring and hyperpigmentation, check out Banish. I've been using them for a few years now. I've seen a huge impact on my overall skin's smoothness and especially my acne scarring. I really cannot recommend them higher. They are literally the best brand out there. You will not be disappointed. I've had hundreds of people try them out. Everybody is stoked. You can use my discount code, it's Brian5 for a discount. All right, so hopefully this video was helpful and it gives you a better understanding of why alcohol causes acne and what you can do about it. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you have experienced alcohol breakouts before, and subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Remember, you are not alone, you are beautiful, and you are part of Team Acne. I'll see you beautiful skin bosses in the very next video.